And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
Welcome back, everybody, to the train ride from hell and the nonstop to nowhere. This is the award-winning podcast that has not won a single freaking award.
Not one.
Just lean back. You can look at the snow on the ground if you're Herm. You can look at the dirt on the ground if you're Lynch and myself, or if you're in Florida, suck it. We don't care. The signpost up ahead says, "Welcome to Dysfunction Junction."
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. My name is Chris Burns. With me, as always, to the far left of the screen.
Yo, yo, yo. Easy Claus. Chris Lynch. What's going on?
And, of course, from the home office in Poop Hole, Colorado,
That's
the
right.
one and only producer extraordinaire, it is Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up?
Gentlemen, welcome to the Christmahannukwaanzakah Spectacular, sponsored by Festivus Poles.
That's right.
Because there's
Holiday for the
Festivus.
rest of us.
That's right, for the rest of us.
For the rest of us.
So, quick question: How was everybody's holiday?
Mine was pretty good. Mine was good.
Good. Tell
Very
us
good.
about it. We'll head to Lynch since you opened your fat face first. I'm just kidding.
No, mine was pretty good. I got a really, really nice gift from Jen. Dad always had a little tiny, shitty little jewelry box that wasn't really anything special. And she bought me a really, really nice jewelry box to keep all of his rings and a lot of his oh, really?
Uh-oh,
It's gonna happen
already.
that fast.
Let's
It's
hit
gonna
it.
happen that fast. Huh?
Guess what, guys? It's the Symphony of Dispartion.
Oh, yeah.
Break it down for us, Herm. Oh,
That's right.
Boy, they do not let us down,
Nope. Every week they're good for that.
but they let Lynch down.
They're
each
like
and
union.
every-
They're like union guys, man. Every week they're there.
Whether they want to be or not, right?
For real. They're union guys. They show the fuck up.
And the best part about it is Lynch has new technology, and not only do you hear the dogs bark louder than ever, a dude farted down the street during pre-show, and we heard that too.
It had a very nice rip. It had a very nice ripple to it.
Mm-hmm. You could hear that bloop.
Very
Speaking
much
of
so.
which, no DNA test needed. My daughter was sitting 5 feet from me just a few minutes ago. All of you out there in dysfunction land farted, and then did the wave waft as if, "Here, Dad, have some of this."
Oh, that's nice.
Oh no! Well,
that's-
thankfully,
that's
thankfully,
nice.
it wasn't that bad.
Oh,
So
that's
tell
good.
us more about the jewelry box du jour.
I've never had a gift made me cry before, but this one did. It's kind of the jewelry box that Dad's stuff really deserved. Like, he really liked expensive watches, and he's got a bunch of them, and it's got little pads that the watches go around and set in their little spots, and it's got spots for all the rings and spots for some of the other stuff. So it's pretty nice. It's black. It has a glass top. Very nice, very thoughtful gift from my wife.
Beautiful,
For this Christmas.
beautiful.
Excellent.
Very cool. Yeah, I saw the picture of it. It was really nice.
Great job by Mrs. Herm, I gotta say.
Yep. Excellent
Yeah,
job
yeah.
by Mrs. Herm.
All right, Lynch, how was Christmahannukwaanzakah for you?
Oh, it was a Christmas brunch about noontime. My mom and her boyfriend came over, and it took about 5.5 minutes for her to piss either Megan or I off.
I had 11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
see, I already-
Michael, as soon as she pulled up, I was
I
like,
underbid. I figured it was 0 minutes. He was pissed the moment she entered the property before even entering the door.
Yeah.
That was my bet.
All right, so
I made AMC
Here-
money on that bet.
here's an early sneak peek.
Okay.
Guys, am I the asshole for getting perturbed that she brought her own half and half? Mind you, we have it in the fridge.
I'm sure you did. But if I don't know if somebody does or not, or was it a special kind, fat-free, or it's
No,
expensive? I don't think that's big. I
like
plan on drinking a lot of coffee. I brought my own half and half. All right.
she drinks tea like a bird.
Okay.
Maybe no, it's like Aldi brand, half and half.
If that's what she likes and that's what she likes, she's not the asshole. No.
All right, I know.
No.
I am always an asshole. So
I think if she did it and made a point about it that I brought it and because hers was special and yours it sucked, that's
Right?
that would be an asshole move. But
My
you know,
half and
I
half
guess
was
not.
imported. Ooh.
I brought it. I stopped. I got it. I did it. I don't know.
my half and half identifies as heavy cream.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh dear Lord.
Easy,
All right.
Klaus, come save me.
Did you get anything pretty cool for
Yeah,
Christmas?
we didn't do a lot this year for Christmas. We did not for the last couple of years. We just keep it simple. A lot of the gifts I got for Megan were basically for the house.
What up, Big Al? Big Al's in the house.
Oh, hey.
What is up, Big Al?
Yeah, you happy fucker too. With the exception of one gift, I got her a very nice Columbia winter jacket, like trench coat style, that she needs. I got news to tell you guys off here. I forgot to do it beforehand, but just remind me.
Okay.
But yeah, it was nice. It was quiet. My mom and her boyfriend left before 3:00, which gave us time to just kind of curl up on the couch and watch the tube. That's the kind of Christmas I like nowadays.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
How about you?
I mean,
Brian?
on my end, I didn't do jack shit but watch movies, watch some football. I did Christmas the day before, and the 2 days prior. Once was the Sweet Baby Christmas with Derek the Undertaker and the family.
Yep.
Then with the Amigos on Saturday, watching football and getting that all that tryptophan. Oh, his wife is such an amazing cook.
Oh, nice.
And of course,
Oh,
through the
nice.
week, you get all the Secret Santa gimmicks. So now I'm going to show these to you, and then I have a precursor to our holiday Am I the Assholes? Because we do have some for you this week. Got some Secret Santa gifts. Got this nice insulated Falcons can holder gimmick. It will keep your beer or your Coca-Cola, if you're Lynch, or your Mountain Dew, cold up to 3 hours.
Yo, is
As
that the one
cold,
that the one that fits everything?
Just about. It doesn't fit the slim cans, but it'll fit the standard
All
bottle.
right. Because there's one I've seen out there that does that. The ring comes off and it fits like Tall Boys,
Yeah.
fucking Red Bulls. It fits every fucker can or bottle on the market. And I was wondering if that's one of those.
Yeah, I saw that at Kohl's, of all places.
So I got that, and then somebody else got me the Ohio State Buckeyes koozie, and it
Oh,
also
nice.
came with a bottle one. Then I got a big Kevin Harvick one for the races, and my daughter says to me, "This just goes to show people think you're a raging alcoholic." I said, "No, they just see that I like beer." Is my daughter the asshole for saying that out loud? And she said I could say this. Her name is
Well-
Emma Burns, no relation.
No relation. She just lives upstairs.
Her name
Well,
is Luca.
she is. Oh, and shout out to Big Al's wife getting the awesome pearl earrings and a nice new
And the electric walk. Hermit
Heard
fits
it.
a Mexican.
Heard it fits a Mexican. Those are the best cans.
Oh, my Christ.
They work for cheap.
Moving
Well, I mean,
right
she
along.
is your daughter, so
That kind of makes her the asshole. 'cause
it's like
she's got,
by default, like it's like it's just part of her genetic makeup. I think.
Mhm.
I don't think she's actually being an asshole. I think she just is an asshole.
okay.
I can agree with that point, but my take on it is she's a concerned relative. She's your daughter, and she's concerned for your wealth and well-being. If you
Way to
buy
take
that-
the fun out of getting all these koozies.
You know, like when my son asked me, "You're drinking a beer at 6 a.m." I'm like, "Oh, damn right, I'm drinking a beer at 6 a.m.
For
Do you know what
you-
it's? Do you know what it's like with me down, not trying to not kill them stupid motherfuckers every day at work? Do you know that? You're damn right, I'm drinking a beer at 6
You know what,
a.m.
son? It's 9 a.m. somewhere.
That's right. Listen, I used to work with a lady on grave shift at Mosun.
Was it a lady?
And what's that?
Was it really a lady?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not doing the What is a Woman bit. It's
I had to stick it in there.
Christmahannukwaanzakah.
It's
I know you did.
Christmahannukwaanzakah.
That's what she said. I had to stick it in there. So I had a lady
Twice.
that I used to work with, and me and the fellas would, as we're leaving, we're all walking to the employee shuttle bus. We're like, all right, who's grabbing the beer? I am. Okay, who's grabbing the chips? I am. All right, we're meeting back at Burns' house at 9:30. We're going to play some Nintendo 64, whatever the fuck. And then we'll all go our separate ways, go to sleep. We'll be back for grave shift. And she looked me dead in the eye and said, you're drinking at 9:30 in the morning? I'm like, you know what? If you take our shift and move it up, and we're not doing 12 to 8. Now we're doing 8 to 4. And we said we were doing this at 5 o'clock. Nobody
would bat an eye.
But because we're doing it after grave shift, all she hears is 9:30 in the morning. Fuck off.
Right, but 9:30 in the morning for you is 6:30 at night. We are
True.
Al. We are. I'm going to post it.
Of course, you're going to answer that question
I'm going to answer that question. And we have an oldie but a goodie. This
Popcorn
round.
Kush.
No, I'm running
Michoacan.
Maui Wowie.
Acapulco Gold.
I'm running a true Maui Wowie. I could have got Acapulco Gold. The store that I have actually has the strain. They are the fucking Gucci store of weed. You get your own personal shopper at the Green Solution. But
Jesus.
Yep, right there, the Green Solution, baby.
The Green Solution.
The Green
for
Solution.
All of your Green Solution
For all
needs.
of your Colorado marijuana needs. But this is Maui Wowie.
Okay.
Labrador is Doberman.
All right, so hey, full disclosure.
Hey, funny man, I had to follow a dog around for a week.
Oh my God. Full disclosure, the reason we're playing the Am I the Asshole bit is my daughter listened to the Am I the Asshole episode on the way back here last night. And she asked me today, can you do a couple? I says, I'll get one. So I found one. The first one I'll read. And then she found the second one. So, Herm, if you can hit the music, we're going to do two very special Am I the Assholes? Don't trip hitting the music.
I'm trying not to. Hold on.
Just like you.
All right. So for those of you that love this bit, we're bringing back two pieces today. And we're going to start this one with Lynch. Lynch, are you ready?
I'm always ready for an asshole.
All right. This one comes from Suspicious Skins. This is 18 hours ago, so this is fresh. My brother and his wife have been trying to get pregnant, but unfortunately, she has had 6 miscarriages. That sucks. I know.
Wow. Ooh,
I'm
God
not
bless you.
discounting that at all. That being said, she's always the center of attention kind of person, and she will shit talk other people all day long and try to make herself look like the best person in the room. If anyone else gets attention, she tries to take it away from them, usually by putting them down verbally or by getting another dog or a cat. Okay. Most of the animals she has were obtained right after other people she knew got pregnant. Well, my wife and I got pregnant, discussed at length as to how we should approach this, keeping my sister-in-law in mind. And it was the main topic of conversation between us. We didn't want to upset her, but we also didn't want to feel like it was right to let her dictate our action and make it impossible to celebrate the life that we created. So we made T-shirts announcing the pregnancy, not gloating, just announcing it. Well, it's Christmas. We come over to my mom's place and we do the present exchange, and then we give out the T-shirts. My mother was very happy, but I could see the look on my sister-in-law's face. She was upset. She didn't say anything. She just locked herself in the bathroom, then left later in the day. The next day, she sends this message to my wife. Quote, to say I'm disappointed is an understatement. We've had conversations about how hard infertility is during the holidays, how hard and debilitating this is. Your brother and I have lost 6 babies. 6. We have 6 dead children. Okay, that's morbid. Stop it, woman. Springing your pregnancy on your brother like that was uncalled for and completely ruined not only mine, but your brother's Christmas as well. You could have sent me a heads-up text about this so we had time to process this. And if your excuse is, oh, I didn't want to ruin the surprise for Mom, you're wrong. It's a completely invalid fear because I would never ruin a surprise like that. Not only that, but you also saw how this affected me, and you wouldn't stop talking about it. You're excited, to be sure, but read the room. I can't tell you how much that damaged our relationship, and honestly, I don't know how many holidays I'm going to be there for with you because of what you've done. What you did was completely selfish and careless. It showed. It showed. I'm getting winded just reading this bitch.
Are you gonna die?
Okay. No.
Please don't die.
Thank you. Corey loves that shit. Completely selfish and careless. It showed me you really don't care about me. And honestly, had we gotten the heads up text, I'd be happy for you. But right now, I'm not. You both ruined Christmas for us. I don't know why you thought that was such a good idea. You also had an entire hour to do it. Thank you, Big Al. Before we got there. And I had to leave early because I couldn't stand being there for another minute in a house in which I didn't feel loved. To be fair, the only time my wife and I talked about this was when my family was asking questions, due date, gender, etc. It's not like we were talking about it throughout the day. Am I or we the assholes for having decided to do the pregnancy announcement anyway at the holiday? Lynch.
I muted myself. Absolutely not. I don't think so. It's not their fault that she miscarriages. That's not like her brother or whoever the fuck they are to each other kicked her in the stomach. I mean, come on.
Jesus.
Well, no, I mean, come on.
Let's talk about this at the top of the stairs.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. That equals her reaction. Because her reaction to that is like, that's delusional.
I'm going to show you why we don't have wire hangers around here, Susan.
Yeah, I got to be honest. In the letter, she did include her husband a couple of times, but if you notice, anytime there's a reference of anything, it's not we, it's not us. It's the only our relationship she was referring to is not her and her husband. It's that lady specifically, the sister-in-law, and the people who are having the baby. This is very much the woman who's had the 6 miscarriages. This is definitely her issue. If you're just gonna hate, it that anybody else can have a child, and I understand. I've not gone through it, so I don't understand. I understand that situation can be difficult. That's what I understand. I don't understand this being in this situation, but you also can't be mad at everybody else for their joyous moment. It sucks for you, but you don't. Isn't that part of just the whole family thing? Like, I don't get it. Like, yes, you guys are having a rough time, and we are sorry that you are. But what, is everybody in the family not supposed to have kids? They're supposed to hide it? What, they're just, and all of a sudden there's fucking a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old in your fucking house, and how did that happen? Oh, because someone got pregnant. That's how, bitch. So I don't think the guy's an asshole. There could have been a little more discreet ways for him and them to announce it. I mean, they could have just done it personally in cards to individuals. I don't think it's that big of a deal. They didn't like blow a whole fucking reveal party. It was T-shirts. We announced it. Happy little moment, and that's it.
I think that was actually a classy way. It's very subtle. Unless you're paying attention to what your whoever's wearing, they could have gone all night before somebody.
Yeah, and they gave from what I read here, they gave the shirts away as gifts, like a little surprise. You open it up. You know what? I got to give, even though he's a murderous asshole, I got to give Chris Watts' wife a lot of credit, and the way he took it was very cool. When she got pregnant the 3rd time, and she wore the shirt that said, "Oops, we did it again," and he's like, "Oh, so cool," and then he kills them all.
Right.
Yeah. But no, the dude or the wife, whoever wrote this, definitely not the asshole.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like everybody had the shirts on, and when those 2 people showed up and walked through the door, everybody was wearing them in surprise.
Yeah, they didn't jump out from behind the door.
Did they give
6-time loser?
Did they give the T-shirt to the right? Ha ha! 6-time loser, sucker. No, we did it first try. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like that. It's not like it went down like that.
Holy shit! Who am I working with?
Ha ha! What up, Mister One Time? One time.
One time club. King of the one time club.
How many times did it get you to get that shot? Oh, you still
One
haven't got
time.
it? Delivered it all. Wow. No, the sister-in-law is definitely the asshole, not the author.
No,
Just the nerve of some people. You can't be happy unless I'm happy, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm the only one here to be allowed to be happy, and everybody else has to wallow in their misery and bow to my feet. That's total narcissist right there.
Mm-hmm. It's
Very
like the
much
dude.
so.
It's like the dude we all know, and I don't know that I can name one that we all know. I think we've weeded them out of our lives, where they're telling you this fantastic story that happened to them, and no sooner do they finish and go, "Oh yeah, that shit happened to me last week. Here, let me tell you all about." No, it didn't. No, it did
No,
not.
it didn't. No, it didn't.
Oh, one time, two pump chump. Gotta love it. Jen, thank you for being here, Jen Sizer. What did you walk in on? When this goes
Oh,
completely.
it's really inappropriate. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's we're doing a couple of "Am I the Assholes" at my daughter's request. So. Yeah, I don't understand these people who just, unless I'm happy, nobody can be happy. The miserable fucking, oh, you had a bad day at work, everybody suffers. No, you had a bad day at work, not me. Oh shit, your car broke down. I feel bad for you, but my car's running. You feel bad for the heavy shit, and this is a heavy subject, but at the same time, just because you've gone through this 6 times, a very unfortunate situation, doesn't mean these two can't be happy because they've created a life that is going to bring joy to everybody. Except, and I'm going to steal Alan's Alan, listen to me, Big Al's comment. I'm not going to stop because Mega Karen doesn't know how to be happy for anybody else except Mega Karen. And I hate the term Karen, but I'm going to steal Al's thunder right there. Thank you, Al. Swig a beer for you. I haven't said that in a year on this show. Swig a beer to you, Al. Good Christ. So this one is the one my daughter picked out. This one's for her.
Oh, all right. All right.
I only read the first paragraph, but I already know how you're going to feel. This one was sent in by Love, War, and Cards. This was 13 days ago. Not quite as fresh. But Emma wants to hear what we have to say. And he says, I'm guessing it's a he. What is a man? I was playing solitaire with myself. Okay, stop. The first sentence is already stupid. I was playing solitaire with myself. No shit.
Who else would you fucking be playing it with, dumbass?
You don't play solitaire with 2 people. Then it
so
would
me
be
and 6
solitaire.
friends were playing solitaire. Individually, of course.
When it's one-on-one, it's called spades.
Right.
Right? It's called Go Fish, bitch. What's up?
I'm already stroking out. Okay, so I'm going to take out the with myself because it's redundant.
That's like I was masturbating with myself.
By myself. Yeah. Well, you can masturbate with someone. You know what? My daughter's watching. Let's not do this.
Fishing in the dark.
Oh.
Anyway, I was playing solitaire at the bus station, waiting to get back on the bus, when a kid, I guesstimate is about 5, walked up and asked to play. I remembered seeing her and her mom on the bus, so I figured it was fine. I asked her if she wanted to learn gin rummy, and she said yes. I showed her how to play, and she actually got it after a few explanations and hands. She messed up a couple of times. When I think about you, I play solitaire with myself. This is stuff we don't need to know, Big Al. But thank you. She messed up a couple of times on what counts as a spread, and I showed her why that wouldn't work, and she understood. I obviously won the game, and it wasn't a big deal. I showed her how you tally the points and what her score was, and said she did a really good job. When she wanted to play again, the mom came over and asked me what my problem was, and I asked her what she meant. She said that it's messed up that I didn't let the kid win. She said that's why kids lose interest in things, because jerks like me use their experience to crush their dreams. I was so confused. I took my cards. I went to sit somewhere else, but multiple people were giving me weird looks. I didn't think it was a big deal to the little girl that she didn't win. You expect me to lose a few times when learning a new game? Was I the asshole to that kid?
No, not at all. Not at all. If you're teaching the kid a game and you're being nice about it and you're teaching the kid a game, all right? Yeah, if it's just playing and you know the kid, yeah, but you were teaching the child the game. So to teach a child the game, if you're explaining what's happening as you're playing through the loss, because that's how card games work. And the helicopter parent didn't get a blue ribbon for participation for her kid. All right, so you're teaching the game. That's how it works. You teach them how to lose so they can find and see the ways to win.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know how to lose in order to win.
And the best part is when you teach a kid whether to play cards or Candyland or whatever, you end up with Emma Burns, no relation, who will cheat at every game to make sure she wins.
I mean, there's a saying we use in the kitchen to describe smooth seas makes shitty captains.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to learn to lose to learn how to win.
You got to learn to lose and get beat up a little before you can really know how to handle shit. So
Yep.
I think if you're teaching the game, teaching the lose and why you lost and maybe and where you go next time and where they made the mistake, that's a positive interaction. So the mom can fuck off all the way off.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's about all I have to say.
I didn't let my kids win. I crushed those motherfuckers.
No,
But now they play games really, really hard and really well.
I'm voting this dude is not the asshole.
He's not the asshole.
No.
My wife
not at all.
comes from a very competitive family. 2 brothers and a sister, so that she's used to that kind of stuff. Learning to lose in life at sports is setting you up for success later on in life.
Yeah,
Because I can't tell you the amount of times I've tried something and failed and didn't succeed. But
I'm in the business of raising winners, motherfucker.
Well, exactly, and I'm in the business of learning from my mistakes. So if I suck and let's say I've invested badly, or I took the last of my savings and started a business that failed, it's going to happen. Maybe poor decisions, bad timing, but no, not the asshole.
Okay.
No, not at all.
I'm almost too much into this. I want to find another Christmas one. Oh,
a Christmas asshole?
Mm-hmm. I'll try this one. This is this one was sent in by Supermarket Fair 3341 yesterday. I like the title. So, oh wow, complete lack of
Grammar.
Well, not just grammar, no punctuation. I know already I'm going to stroke out.
Oh, yes. It's a Filipino stripper review.
Oh, God. That's in a few weeks. I've got a whole lot of 1-star strip club reviews coming up. Way to ruin the surprise, Herm.
It's all right.
I am a nurse practitioner, and I am the primary care provider for a lot of low-risk maternity cases at the practice where I work. I also work hand-in-hand with the doctors and midwives to create a healthy maternity, birth, and postpartum situation. My fiance is completing her residency. We live together and have for a few years now. We aren't in any hurry to get married. We originally had plans to do so a couple of years ago, but then we got really busy for 2 years. Okay. Can't take a Saturday off, dickhead? What the fuck? All right, let's see. It is driving my very religious parents crazy that their youngest son is living in sin. I don't really care. I am an adult and I'll do what I want. We are getting married this June. So we are visiting my parents for Christmas. The way it came together this year was everyone is at my parents' house. So that's my folks, my 3 siblings, myself, and my fiance, and the 7 grandchildren. So 17 people in total. At dinner, my mom starts going on about how she is so glad that we are finally getting married and she won't be embarrassed at church anymore. And my dad says how proud he is of his 3 older kids who all either waited to get married before moving in together or got married right away after moving in together. My fiance was getting embarrassed, and I too was getting mad over this stupid argument we've had way too many times. Dinner was the last straw. I have asked them repeatedly to just accept that they cannot control how I live my life. God bless this guy. I refuse to stay with them when I visit them, even when I come alone. Hotels are easier. So I started talking about a premature baby that I had been reading about. It was almost 3 months premature and weighed about 1.6 pounds. It was super strong and healthy for being born so little. And In the NICU, they all had high hopes for the baby doing well. My mom and dad both got deer in the headlights look on their faces. Too bad. Shouldn't have fucked around with my fiance's feelings. So I asked about my oldest brother. He was born almost 4 months premature. Is there a chance that we could all check out the family album where we keep all of the records and family birth and stuff? I already know my brother was over 9 pounds and almost 23 inches long when he was born. Wait a minute. He just said he was premature.
What the fuck? What?
Who is she giving birth to? Andre the fucking Giant? Anyway, my grandmother told me all about this the first time my parents tried to shame me. The subject gets changed very fast, and after dinner, my parents told me that I should not try to embarrass them with private things that are not my concern. I told them that if I had heard anything about my living arrangements ever again for the rest of my life, I would make sure to keep bringing up the fact, in capital letters, that my mom was in her second trimester when they got married. Ooh, there it is. My parents are mad at me for telling them...
Oh, that's how they explain he was born premature. Okay.
And we lost Lynch.
We lost Lynch.
My parents are mad at me for telling them how to behave in their own home, but my fiance is happy, and they seem to have gotten off the subject for good. Am I the asshole?
Nope.
No.
Nope. 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 Because if you want to start throwing that shit around, then let's start throwing some shit around.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to dig me for living life in a way that you don't agree with, guess what? I mean, it's not for you to say.
So
that's
obviously you guys got ultra religious after the sin.
Oh, it sounds like it, yeah.
So after living in sin, you guys got religious. Okay, just so we're clear.
Yep.
Honey, write that down.
After the loaf and fish dinner, somebody got a loaf and somebody got a fish. And
that's what I'm saying, babe. So we got a while because I figure I can knock you up, and I don't need to do anything until like we're 3-4 months pregnant. You know.
Let me see. The wedding's in June. You're due in September. We got this.
We're good. We're good. It's all right. We just tell people that the baby was 18 and a half months premature.
Tell them it's your winter weight. You just haven't taken it off yet. Look, it's Lynch.
Oh, it's Lynch.
Yeah, what the hell happened? I don't
know either. You are the asshole.
Da-da.
What do you think, Lynch? Is this guy the asshole?
I didn't hear the rest of it.
Basically, he outed the fact that his mom was 6 months pregnant when mom and dad got married, but they like to tell him how to live his fucking life.
Because they're ultra religious now. So he was like, look. So he brought up the fact that. So he brought up the fact that their first baby was born out of wedlock, and the parents got all hot about it. And he basically said, look, next time you bring shit up about my living situation, we're going to talk about that situation. So, you know. So I don't think the guy's an asshole. I mean, you use what you can to make your moves.
Well, yeah, he is an asshole for doing saying what he said, but he's not the asshole in the situation.
Right, you're going to force me to be an asshole in order to control and handle this situation. I'm going to look like the asshole, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and, I'll take that hit. Fuck it. It's worth it. Because don't preach when you've already sinned.
Right.
Don't preach to me that I'm sinning right now when you've committed that. You are supposed to, as that type of person, to forgive and move forward and learn from your mistakes. Not very forgiving.
Right.
All right. I'm having too much fun. Merry Christmas, everybody. I got another Am I the Asshole?
Oh, all right.
But since Lynch got booted, wasn't that supposed to be yours, Lynch?
I think it was. So this one's Lynch's now.
We'll give him this one.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna like this one. I like the headline. This one comes from Mila Throwaway 37. This was a couple days ago. Oh wait, here comes Jen. He asked nicely a bunch of times for them not to talk about his life. It's only when the gloves came off that they took him for real. Okay, good call, Jen.
Yep.
Very good call. That's about right.
Yep.
Can't take the heat. Get out of mom's kitchen. Okay, so this one comes from Mila Throwaway 37. This was last month. My mother-in-law moved in with us a month ago. I began to notice stuff in my bedroom being touched, furniture rearranged, stuff moved around, etc. I felt like I was going crazy because my husband is the only one who has access to the bedroom, and he doesn't usually touch nor come near my particular things. I figured it must be his mom walking in and snooping into my personal things. I told my husband, and he said his mom would never do that. I had a huge hunch about it, but I didn't want to install a camera in the bedroom to catch her in the act. So I got me one of those fake positive pregnancy tests you can get at Spencer's and threw it in the bedroom trash can. Note, the trash can was placed near the corner of the closet. Literally the next day after I got to work, I got tons of calls and texts from my in-laws congratulating me for my pregnancy. My husband came over to my workplace and he was hot and asked to why I didn't tell him. I asked how he found out about it, and he said his mom found the positive test in the trash can in the bedroom. I said, does this answer your question that she's been snooping around in our bedroom all along? He had a realization moment, but demanded that we stick to the bigger issue. I said there is no bigger issue because the positive test was fake, and this whole thing was done to expose my mother-in-law's snooping. He was convinced that he was not convinced, and he made me take an actual pregnancy test in front of him. And he was livid, asking how I could lie about such a thing and break his mom's heart, since I know very well she longs for grandchildren. I got a lot of shit because of this from him. His mom and his family are now calling me a liar and a manipulator. Important note, nothing gets taken or goes missing, just to be clear, just shuffled around and snooped through. Lynch, is she the asshole?
No, because she answered her own question by planting the seed, and caught her snooping around. Stay the fuck out of my shit. I mean, if you're gonna be that petty, I mean that's just gross, it's creepy. Like why like this during while you're telling that story, she's like in there sniffing her undies or something. Get the fuck out of here! This is my space.
Who the fuck are you people? Yeah, but what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. The mother is obviously snooping and looking around. So it was a way to expose. Yeah, I mean, you can deal with the fallout with your husband. There isn't really no issue. Nobody's pregnant. It was literally just to prove my point. So I don't know. I don't really think you're an asshole. I think it was ingenious.
So do I. I agree with Herm. That was perhaps the best thing that this young lady could have done. And Jen, I'm right there with you. The mother-in-law shouldn't be rummaging through someone else's personal shit. I just don't deal with it. I'm not happy with it. If you sneak through my shit, I'm going to be angry. Mm-hmm. I'm not a child. When you're a kid, your parents rummage through your shit, but guess what? They own the house, the dresser, all the clothes inside of it. You wear them.
I mean, legally, you're not even a tenant with tenant's rights. You don't pay any rent. You're nothing more than legally a licensee. You're somebody who's allowed to live there and stay there because the owner says you can. You have no rights to invite or bar anybody to or from the residence or the property. Straight up. You're a licensee.
Mm-hmm. Jen says she'll say it again. The first mistake was letting the mother-in-law move in the first place. Yeah.
I'm going to say a lot of that depends on situation and who your situation is. You've got to know what you're getting into or who you think you're getting into. You know what I mean? Like, you got to know what you're dealing with. So, but yeah, I mean, that situation can either make it end. He's gone again.
What in the hell, Lynch?
I don't know, but that situation can make either make it easier or difficult, depending on who's coming in and the personalities that are be coming into the mix.
Yeah. This one's fresh. Ooh, this is so fresh. This is 4 hours old.
4.5 minutes. Whoa.
4.5 minutes, 4 hours. Oh, this person did this at 2:30 this afternoon. I cannot wait. Welcome back, Yeezy Claus.
All right, 2:30 this afternoon. What happened?
All right. This one goes to Herm.
We've got bots.
Oh, yes. Private dating chat girls. Can you ban them from the show?
Yep. Blocking users.
Wow. You know you're important. when you get bots
When the bots start coming in,
advertising
that means there's
naked
enough
girls.
people paying fucking attention for the bots.
There are chicks in your area ready to get naked just for you. Call me now.
She's in the other room.
It's not in the cards, man.
She's in the other room. Done.
You know somebody named Stacy? That's why your man don't come home at night.
So,
Oh, okay. All right, Herm, you ready?
I'm ready.
My boyfriend and I, boyfriend is 24, I am 26, have been together for 4 years. About 2 weeks into us dating, I bought myself a PS4 because I was bored, and I also felt left out because everyone was on Twitter. And they were talking about playing the new Spider-Man game. However, my boyfriend ended up being the only one who actually used it. I pretty much only use it to watch Netflix or Hulu in the living room. We have an Apple TV in the bedroom. Despite him using it a lot, I still thought of it as mine, considering I bought it for myself originally. Anyway, I got him a PS5 for Christmas this year. I plan on selling the PS4 since we don't really need it anymore, and most of the games he plays are also available on PS5.
Yep, they're retrofit.
I asked him if I would be able to use the PS5 for Netflix and so on, and he said, yes, of course. I told him how I was planning on selling the PS4 and then asked me how we were planning on splitting the money. I told him I didn't plan on splitting it since it was technically mine. He's telling me it's unfair since he used it more, and then I have to, therefore, in its practicality, be able to split the money. The thing is, I wouldn't expect the money if he decided to sell the PS5 despite using it since it's his. So I don't think I'm wrong for wanting to keep the money for myself. At the end of the day, I bought the PS4 for myself very early in our relationship. At the same time, it did become a shared appliance for the past 4 years. So maybe he feels... What? Oh, it just glitched. Maybe he feels some sort of ownership toward it. What do you guys think? Am I the asshole?
Nope. You're not. Nope. That shit's yours. There's no marriage. There's no common property. Nothing. It's.
Can you put Jen's comment up?
I can. Right there.
that's about right. I like that.
And but
Nice-
no,
nice
I mean
job.
she bought it just because somebody uses it more. That just because the amount I use something doesn't grant me ownership.
I know people. I've known people.
My wife's got a car. If I drive it more, it doesn't legally make it my car. It's still her car. I just drive it more.
Right. How are we going to split my half? That's fucked up. The PS5,
Oh, here's how we're going to split it. I'm going to keep it, and you're going to get none.
the PS5, because she bought it for him as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that it would infer that it is his to keep.
Some bitches don't feel that way. They'll take gifts somebody else bought you and
but
gifts
the
that they bought you.
The PS4 was pre-existing.
Right. Well,
Yes.
the PS5 is a gift. That's a completely different set of legal rules.
So-
the PS4 was a purchase she made, and
So
he
it's
was,
his-
again, a licensee to use it.
Yep.
You know what? We just need to
Pretty clear
get Ben
his.
Sizer on the show one time so we can hear shit like this. Maybe he'll use the vibrator more too. It's half mine. It's been in my butt.
That's right. It's mine. It was in my butt first.
You only use it for your neck.
Right. I put it in
Armpit.
3 holes. Let's go.
My butt, my mouth, and my nose. Let's do
3
this.
holes. It's mine.
Oh. If I
It's a
lick it,
vibrator. I
mine.
licked it. It's mine.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh, it's like going to Goodwill looking for a used vibrator.
Oh my God. Well, since we want to go down the used vibrator gimmick, I'm going to give this one to Lynch. Oh, this one's going to be a touchy subject, but it's the freshest one I found. This was 2 hours ago.
Oh.
So this is as fresh as they get. Lynch, are you ready?
Already.
Okay. This is clearly from Canada because I
Okay.
read a little bit into it.
Oh, tell us all about it.
This comes from Neat Cardiologist 442 2 hours ago. It starts.
This is going to be the most polite "Am I the asshole?" letter in history.
Yeah, it is.
Probably. I admit that I'm still grieving and may not be thinking clearly. My dad was a great dad to me, but not to my sister. He cheated on her mom with mine and got pregnant with me maybe a year later. We moved to another city, and he didn't have much contact with her after that. I saw her a handful of times as a child, but moved near her for university and began having a proper relationship with her then. I moved back, but still see her about twice a year. Our dad had not seen her in about a decade when he passed. So when he did pass this summer, his house, which my mom co-owned, and its contents were left to me, and the money, savings, and insurance were split 50-50 between the two of us. The first payment was received earlier this month. I have absolutely zero issue with this arrangement, but she did not even attend the funeral. She did not offer to help me with the administrative stuff. I did it all on my own. On the day of the funeral, she tagged herself and a bunch of friends at a restaurant. Ooh. I get that my dad let her down. He routinely bailed on plans, forgot birthdays, etc., but it doesn't sit right with me that she took his money but didn't even show up to his funeral. I met her for lunch on Boxing Day, told you, very Canadian, and told her my feelings, that I thought it was disrespectful for her to take the cash but not offer to help me with any of the arrangements or show up to the funeral. I was not angry. I did not raise my voice. She did cry but left rather abruptly. That night, she sent me a bunch of text messages calling me unbelievably rude and that I'm the asshole for making her feel bad and being mad at her for taking what she is owed. I really didn't think I was being rude, but perhaps I'm too close to the situation. Lynch, is she the asshole?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so at all. I understand that she was probably treated poorly by the father growing up. Not, it wasn't the favorite.
Well,
and you know what? She felt owed something. I can kind of understand that part, but to take the money and not even show up for a funeral, that is very in my honest opinion, that's very disrespectful.
Well, you could also say that being a shitty parent is being pretty disrespectful too.
Can't disagree with that at all.
I'm not. Let's throw it out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
As somebody who's
what
going,
up, Jordan? Got to say hi to Jordan.
What's up? As somebody who's going through that process, I've got to ask. There was a will and stuff was divvied out. So, who was in charge of being the personal representative for the dad? If that person that wrote the story was placed in charge, there's really not much anybody else can do. I am the personal representative for my father. Nobody can do anything without my signature or me. Nobody can do it. It can only go through me.
Right.
I'm the only one licensed by the court to handle all of it. So it really doesn't matter what anybody else wants to help do. I'm the only one that can get it done. So there is a little bit of information there that I personally, to make a better educated decision, am going to need. But everybody handles grief their own way. When people die, money makes people do weird things.
Oh yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
And become weird people. But you've got to take a lot of everything into that situation, I think, given how relationships were as a child and parental relationships. And to the person who wrote the story, look, you got the house, you got half the money of the other property. Right. Just take what you got and you do your thing, and you do your thing with it. And and remember or cry and feel whatever you need to feel, and just take your money and do what you got to do. Right. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. That's it. Live your life. Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts to that situation, like you had said. And you know what? Just fuck it. Just move along. It's not worth worrying about.
Yeah, it's just
a lot in the rear view.
A lot of worry on that shit. But you know, the parents obviously laid out what they want. That's the way it goes down. That's the paperwork. And that's how it goes down. So nobody needs to be, if anybody wants to be mad, you can be mad at a parent, but you know, that you got plenty. You weren't left out, so don't worry about what somebody else got. They can take their money and run. That if they want to. Yeah, straight up.
Agreed.
Unless there's somebody crawling out of the woodwork, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that. No, I got some of the house. I got the house, and we split the rest of the money. Look, if the sister who didn't get a lot and didn't get much from the father growing up is happy with taking that sum and that's it, well, that's on her, and that's okay for her too. You know,
Right.
she doesn't have to. Not everybody is happy and wants to remember the best. Or some people get fucked over, and when people die, they still got fucked over.
Agreed. I couldn't agree with you guys more. No, the person writing this is not the asshole. The sister is a bit of an asshole, but you know who's the asshole really in this situation?
The
Dad.
dad.
Dad was
The
the
dad
asshole.
was the asshole. The dad created the asshole situation with the parent, being the parent he was.
Thank you, Jordan, for your compliment. You can get these at patriotcrew.com. You can get your Wokeness Breeds Weakness hoodie. They were on sale last month, $34.99. They're probably back up to regular price, $46.99. Too bad you missed the sale, but I did not.
Who knows? It's right after Christmas. They could be trying to give the fucking things away.
You know what? I might go get me another one in red. Speaking of which, am I the asshole? I have a 14-year-old daughter who refuses to bring me a beer when I ask. So I decided to test these waters to see if she's still watching the show.
All right.
I'm going to ask her to bring me a beer, see what the delay is, and if she actually comes down the stairs, then yes, I am the asshole.
Oh.
If she does not come down the stairs, she is the asshole, and we just move forward.
Oh.
But I have another one. I have to read this one because of the headline. Who's the first one that's going to get this? Is it Herm?
I don't know who is it. Who is it? Was it me? Is it me this time?
Yeah, it's you next.
All right.
Okay. Herm, I apologize ahead of time, and be with the starving pygmies in New Guinea. Amen. Oh my God, are you ready?
Yes.
I have a feeling I have a feeling I know who the asshole is going to be, but I haven't read all the way through. I read the headline only. This comes from Interesting Rice 340. This was 11 hours ago.
What up, my Asian friend?
My girlfriend is 22. I am 25. And we have been together now for almost 6 months. I only see 2 people on, so I'm guessing she checked out. Oh, I will murder her. Either one of you got Emma's text message number?
No. I still see 3 though.
Okay. She might have something different. My daughter's the asshole. Where was I? My girlfriend, 22, and I, 25, have been together for almost 6 months now. As she lives across the country from her parents and couldn't do the travel this year, she was invited to come to my family's Christmas instead. She has met my parents, but it was her first time meeting most of my extended family. Nice job, Jen. I hope those tire marks go right across her forehead. Jen threw Emma right under the bus. A couple of days before Christmas, we woke up to find her pet hamster had died in the middle of the night. She was really upset about it. It was a year old. Shut up, Herm. Which I think... Shut up, Herm.
I'm trying.
Hold on. I'm going to try it the old school way. Emma, grab your dad a beer. Please.
We woke up Christmas morning.
Your dad got a hold of your hamster again.
The fuck?
Your dad got a hold of your hamster.
He was wrapped in electrical tape.
Christopher.
And greased up with fucking Vaseline.
Can I finish this story?
Certainly. Excellent.
I'm already feeling heartbreak for this young lady. Not really.
Asshole.
All right.
Pain.
So back to the dead hamster.
A couple of days before Christmas, we woke up to find her pet hamster had died in the night, which she was really upset. Herm! Seriously. Yes, I did. I yelled to you.
We're 2 minutes behind.
How much?
We're 2 minutes behind because I had to turn my phone off.
Okay, fine. That's Emma Burns, no relation. Can you still grab a beer? Okay, cool.
Excellent.
All right. Now, I'm going to say this one last time in English. Herm, deep breath, in through nose, out through mouth. Allow the story to breathe.
Okay.
A couple of days before Christmas, we woke up to find her pet hamster had died in the night. I love it. Thank you, Herm. She was really upset about it. It was only a year old, which I think is a pretty normal life for a hamster. Thank you, Emma Burns, no relation. And Jen, she did her job. Thank you. Where was I? She cried and didn't feel like doing anything for the whole day, which was fine. We even had a little funeral for it and buried it in our backyard. Okay. Look, losing a pet is terrible. I know this. I know being someone who is tasked to help a friend who lost a pet is terrible. It eats at your heart for weeks. However,
Yeah, but like
does.
Grace didn't fit in a Tupperware container either.
Right.
No, she fit in the back of the
That's a big
SUV.
fucking Tupperware container.
Like you needed a whole motherfucking car to move her. You couldn't handle it with a fucking a
It took
take.
two of us to lift her.
That's what I'm saying. You couldn't handle that episode with an empty deli meat container. Done.
Right.
Wow. You know what? I'd love to try this on the Speedway review with racing stories, but race fans aren't this stupid. All right, so here we go. They bury it in the backyard. Come Christmas morning, my girlfriend is still sad and doesn't want to wake up and have breakfast together or open presents.
Okay.
She said she couldn't enjoy it as she'd bought presents for her hamster and it was making it too sad. Okay, now I'm doing the Herm thing. I gotta bring it in because I'm reading this. I told her I could take her to the store and she could pick out a new hamster as a present to cheer her up. She got extremely upset at this suggestion and started bawling, telling me I was heartless. It wasn't something that she could just replace.
Yeah, it is. It's a hamster. You just go down and buy a new one. Those are disposable pets. They're like turtles. They either make soup or they die 3 days after you buy them. Done.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying so hard not to. I'm trying so hard not to laugh right now.
You can't just replace it. There's like a fucking tank with 30 of them right here. They're like $7 a piece. What the fuck are you talking about?
You only get attached to them after you pull them out of the thing.
That's right.
It's not like you look and pick one out and go, Fluffy! No. Fuck.
I like them with the sharp claws.
I started to get pissed off because at this point it had been 2 full days of this and it felt a little bit of a performance. I left her alone so she and I could cool off. Okay, Jen, can you bring up Jen's comment? Can you imagine when she loses a person close to her? This girl's exactly. She's going to have to be admitted. This girl's going to have therapy 5 days a week to the tune of $50 a session, and at the end, she's still not going to be able to say a letter in his name. Ow! Ow!
Yeah, that's yeah. She's doomed. Sorry, sorry, you're fucked.
First of all, I'm going to say it. We're not even close to the end yet. Already, I think this bitch is an asshole, but that's not who's telling the story. And women like this are the reason men drink. That's it. At about 1 p.m., I went back to check on her, and she was just laying in bed on her phone. I told her she needed to start getting ready as we had to leave the house by 2 to get to Christmas dinner. I saw she was watching hamster TikToks, and I told her this was only making her more upset, and she needed to get up right now or she was going to make us late and embarrass us. Herm, stay with us. Come on, kid. Come on, buddy.
I'm here.
I had to mute myself. I was laughing so loud.
Oh, my God. Emma, I hope you enjoy this. This was all for you, kid.
Oh, God.
All right, she was going to make us late dinner, embarrass us. She started shouting at me and said she wasn't coming to Christmas, that I shouldn't expect her to come when her pet had just died, that I was just being emotionally unable. And I said my whole family was expecting to meet her. They'd bought gifts for her. She said they'd all understand, and she was just too upset to deal with everything.
No.
She claimed she would make a bad impression. Herm?
It's a hamster.
Herm? Guys, if you're new to the show, Herm just changes the rules whenever he fucking feels like it. Time out. We're listening to the Am I the Asshole in the car last night, me and Emma, and she's listened to a couple of the shows, but right in the middle, I'm reading Am I the Asshole, and Herm, you chime in, and I hear my daughter go, Herm's breaking the rules again. And no sooner does that come out of her mouth on the podcast, Herm, you remember the rules? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what came over me.
I'm sorry.
Okay. She
Herm's
claimed
breaking
she
the
would make
rules again. He does this shit a lot.
It's
a
his
lot.
gimmick. It's his gimmick. Leave it alone.
It's his thing. Let it go.
She claimed she would make a bad impression if she came because she was too distraught and miserable. I told her she was being utterly ridiculous. I said, I know she's sad, but my family aren't going to take a hamster dying as a serious reason to miss the biggest holiday of the year. I said she needed to get ready and there would be no further discussion. God, I love this dude. She ended up coming, but we were late. I thought everything went fine. Afterwards, my mother sent me a message saying my girlfriend didn't seem herself and asking if everything was all right. My girlfriend saw the message and lost it at me again, saying this was exactly what she was worried about, and now my whole family would hate her. I really am at a loss for what to do at this point. It's been a couple of days now, and the fight is not resolved. I really don't think I was in the wrong, but she is extremely hurt and says that I'm being, quote, a psychopath. Am I the asshole? I can hear the steam coming out of Herm's head right fucking now. Jordan, you're right. All of us, none of us can believe this shit. Tell your friends, by the way, and junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com if you have show ideas, or if you find an Am I the Asshole you'd like us to read.
I don't think he's an asshole. I don't think he's an asshole at all. I think she's a little over the top. I understand losing a pet. I lost a hamster. It happened before dinner. We set it out on the porch. We ate dinner. After dinner, I put it in a bag and buried it in the sandbox. The next day, I was playing G.I. Joes on top of the fucking thing. I don't know. It's a hamster. You know, they're only a couple of years they live anyway. It's not like, you know, forever. But it was 2 days before Christmas, and I think, you know, you might have to pull your boots up and, you know, go to Christmas dinner, even though your hamster.
You're so distraught.
I'm just saying, you know, you might have to put your big girl thong on, and
it's not like Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Your fucking hamster died.
Your hamster died. Natural causes, lived a full life. Let's move on. You know what I mean? Like, he had a lot of water. He had a lot of like seeds in his cup.
He was 72 in hamster years.
It was plenty of room for him to poop and run around.
I loved it when he dipped his head into the sawdust and flipped it.
Right? You know, like he lived a good life. All 2 years of it. Just let it go. It's Christmas time, honey. We've got shit to do.
All I have is some advice for the dude. Run.
Yeah.
Leave now, bro.
Screaming
get the fuck out while you can.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Get the fuck out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know. That's like me having a Viking funeral for my fish that died.
Yep.
I mean,
I was busted up solid when Dick Fish died. And then losing Bruce? Come on.
I know. It's too
we
much.
We played taps and everything.
Too much in 1 year. Too much loss.
Dude, no, don't sit there in your chair with your backlight and your black Barbara Walters background and talk about too much loss when my man Big Herm is sitting right there with a semi-smile on his face, even though my dude should be in therapy right now.
I'm functioning, and I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it, and I'm not going to lie. Money helps a lot. I'm not going to lie, but
speaking of which, you got any more sock drawers over there?
And a fat inheritance makes it a lot easier to deal with. But But yeah, still, I mean, two parents in 3 months. My dog, like a really crappy last section of the year. But you know, I still put a fucking tree up and put the lights out on the porch. So
I understand what Lynch is saying, and I understand what Herm is saying, but this woman needs to really get the fuck over herself.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a hamster.
Yep, it's a hamster.
That's why I told the dude to run. That's way too much.
Technically,
work for me,
technically, if you want to get technical, her pet is just food for my pet.
Basically.
Exactly.
How is my man?
He's good.
Right?
He's good. He's good. He is in blue right now, so I fed him today, and he's a king snake, so he's fucking garbage disposal. It doesn't really matter. A lot of snakes, when they go into blue, like, don't do it. He was like, fuck it, I'm eating. He's like, fuck it, I'm eating. I'm blind, and I can't see because, like, his scales are all, his skin is all dull, and his eyes are all blued over. So that'll be a day or two, and then in about a week, he'll shed. But Yeah, he don't give a fuck. He's like, I'm blind, but I can smell it. I'll take it. So he ate today in
Oh.
blue. So, but yeah, he'll be shedding in about a week or so.
See, even Leprote, that's my nickname for Jen Sizer. She lost a pet and she was at work the next freaking day.
I don't know.
I've
man.
had family members pass, and I'm at work the next day because for me, I'm a sick human being. Work is like the place where life doesn't exist. You go to work.
My mom died on a Tuesday, and I went to work that night.
Yeah.
I went to work that night, and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Dude, if I do not run the smoker, if I do not do something, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. So I'm gonna sit here and run a fire and put 1,000 pounds of meat through this fucking thing, and I need church tonight." And there it is.
There you go.
Sometimes that's just the perfect escape.
They were like,
Yeah.
"Why are you even fucking here?" I'm like, "Because I have to be."
You get there, all your shit.
All I've heard is shit and shit and shit. He's clipping out on us again.
He froze.
Look at that face, though. He's looking all smooth.
Look at that. That's
Like Smoothest McGee.
like Ted Kaczynski's about to tell.
Oh,
us
he's
what the
moving.
bombs are. Oh yeah, he's back with his antifreeze bottle.
Nice. Herm will tell you this. I lost my grandfather on November 14th, 1993. I was done. I was just gone. That was my hero. That was the main man. And I had tickets a week later, Thanksgiving night, to go see the Survivor Series WWE pay-per-view in Boston. And I told the boys, I said, nope, I'm not going, sell my ticket. They're like, oh, Chris, is there anything we can do to talk you into this? I'm like, no, there really isn't. Somebody got the bright idea to call my grandmother. And my grandmother pulled me aside and she goes, Chris, if you don't go and have a good time, your grandfather would not be happy. He loves the way you love life. He loves, the fact that you have interests that, make you happy and you gather with your friends and whatnot. And I ended up going to the show and I had a good time. But on the way to the show, mind on Granddad. The bell rings. I'm all about the fake violence. Show gets over, 2-hour ride back, thinking about my granddad. But my friends and my grandmother were completely right. Do what makes you happy, because that's what I would want for you. And they were entirely correct. Jen's question, where do you run meat through a smoker? She's down for some good Q.
For right now, it's in the backyard, but I was the pit master and sous chef at Noble and Mystic when we were winning awards. But yeah.
And now they're the award-winning restaurant.
And then I left, and now they're the former award-winning restaurant because I'm not there, and it's not a lie.
No, I'm getting text messages at 3 a.m. How did you?
Yeah,
cook
for
this?
real, from the owner. How do you cook that shit? But yeah, I mean, well, look, Pop died Thursday night.
Yeah,
Pop died Thursday night, and we had the fucking roaster Saturday.
You know what? I don't know if I told you this story. I have to before I get into it. 2 more. I'm going to let Lynch pick column A or column B. But
okay.
I didn't know how widely and publicly known Herm had made the announcement that Pop had passed away. Your dad was one of the, I've always told you this, and I told him this every time I saw him. You're one of the coolest human beings in the history of me. I've never met someone as cool as him. Except possibly Gene Simmons, but even Pop goes above Gene Simmons.
Dad was fucking awesome.
And of course, Derek the Undertaker shows up and yada yada, and he knew Dad was in failing health. And from what I hear, he asked Herm, "So how's your dad?" And he goes,
He did.
He passed on Thursday.
He did. He didn't know, and
my man came right over to me, grabbed me by the shirt, not rudely, but he just kind of did a little shake. Goes, "Why didn't you tell me Herm's dad passed away?" I'm like, because technically it's not my...
I was afraid that if I blew it out there, that nobody was going to want to show up, and it
would just put a gray cloud over everything.
Yeah, and there was a few people that kind of knew, and they were like, and I was like, yo, it's still on. Like, there's fucking $600 worth of meat in my fucking house, plus all the other food. Like, this thing's going down. I'm gonna need everybody here at the fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it was another. I went to church. I packed the smoker with pork and burnt ends and briskets and all sorts of shit, and I cooked for 48 hours straight. It's really
There is
what happened.
nothing, guys, and I will tell you this. Lynch knows, Herm knows, and none of you know this. There is nothing like waking up on Sunday morning feeling like you cannot move because you ate 3 times your body weight of Herm's cooking at the roaster. It is that freaking good. Jen has a smoker. She knows how to smoke a killer prime rib. So, Jen, if you ever need tips as a loyal listener, because we've seen you on here a couple times, I know who you are. I love you to death. Maybe I'll put you in touch with Herm, and he can give you a recipe or two. Not the secret ones, but
tips and tricks.
There you go. Tips for
and
tips.
Tricks.
Which is coming up in a couple weeks.
Jen was saying it the other day. Jen wants to videotape me when I'm doing shit with the smoker and start putting out like just technique videos.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to say this not just for you, but for the audience you hope to gather. Keep your fucking shirt on, George the Animal Steel. Good Christ, if you've ever seen Herm without a shirt on, it looks like he's wearing a sweater.
It's a nice sweater. It's thick and full.
If you like white and black, sure.
It keeps you warm. It's
two of my
like
favorite colors.
It's like a natural Biggie sweater. It's there it is. It's
a hug.
Oh my God. All right. So we got about 20, 25, 30 minutes left.
Yeah, we got about 20 minutes. Yeah, or so. Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So much like Let's Make a Deal, Lynch, this one goes to you. Would you like door number 1 or would you like door number 2?
I'll take number 2.
Door number 2. Here we go.
Dose.
This one is from Bumblebee Farming.
He's bilingual.
Wait, didn't you try to harvest bees at one point, Lynch?
Yeah. We have beehives.
All right, so here we go. This one comes from your kindred spirit, Bumblebee Farming. This is 21 hours ago. For the last couple years, I've avoided spending Christmas with my family because I have a bad relationship with my brother, and my parents defend him when he says some pretty awful things, and we've had small Christmases because of the pandemic. But this year, we're all going to my grandparents' place, and there would be lots of family there, so I thought it would be easier to just avoid my brother, blend in, and there would be more people who might be annoyed at my brother if he decided to be a jerk.
Oh, this motherfucker's not to interrupt, but this motherfucker's a rookie. If you know that that's the way the family is, you know that going to Christmas dinner, that the person that annoys the shit out of you is going to annoy the shit out of you. That's what they do. This is a rookie maneuver.
Yep.
So I'm listening. Keep going.
This is where you go in, and I'm going to pull a Herm now.
He has unreal expectations.
I'm going to go in Judas Priest style, all guns blazing.
Yep.
All right. But just like every time, my brother decided to get drunk and make fun of me for my weight. He has this joke where he pulls food away from me at dinner when I'm about to take some, and he says, I don't need it because I'm fat. Or he says, I should...
Stab his hand with the motherfucking fork. That'll slow his ass down. Somebody tried that with me. He got a scar now.
I know a guy without an arm because he tried to take food off.
That's what I'm saying. I just said fuck it and ate the arm.
How is Rick Allen, by the way? Anyway, anytime I can make a Def Leppard joke, it's all good by me.
Always.
Def Leppard.
Oh, okay. So, or he'll tell me I should go take a lap around the house to earn my food. He did it multiple times, and every time I told him he needed to stop acting like a jerk. Like always, my parents just ignored him. But so did everyone else except my uncle, who laughed at me with my brother. I told my uncle to stop laughing because it just encourages him to do more, but he didn't. I ended up leaving halfway through dinner, and I took all the presents that I had brought with me. I didn't make a fuss.
Oh, he's
I just
taking
picked
his
up
ball and going home.
I just picked up my bags and left because we hadn't done presents yet, and they were all still together in the bags that I had brought. Later, Multiple family members told me I was being childish and trying to ruin Christmas for everyone by walking out and taking the presents. They said I brought the whole mood down for the rest of the night, and everyone had a bad time because of me. Even though a few of them agreed my brother was being a jerk, they said they didn't do anything wrong, and I punished them for no reason.
Kind of.
I think that sitting around and not saying anything when he was making fun of me and my weight was wrong, and I feel like even if they weren't willing to say it, they didn't say a single thing against him or stand up for me, and they don't deserve to get a gift from me. Also, I think it's a little bit of an overreaction to say I ruined Christmas just because I quietly walked out and because they all got one or two less presents than they would have originally. Lynch, is she the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Look, man, as a fat person, if you're going to be, if you got to have a thick skin. I'm a fat person, all right? I'm not overweight because that would imply that there's some specific perfect weight I'm supposed to be. I'm just fat. I like
You're
food.
just her
Fuck
weight.
you. Look, it's, yeah, for real. Like, I like butter, heavy cream, and bacon fat. You can go fuck yourselves.
And he drinks it every morning.
But if you're gonna, you got to have a thicker skin, man. Come on, where are the comebacks? Apparently,
Yeah,
they didn't raise you right. You got raised real sensitive.
Right?
Yeah. You stick up for yourself then. Say something, do something. Divert him off his fucking being an asshole. Because that's how you get people to stop doing shit. You
Stab that
surprise
nigga with a fork. I'm telling
him.
you.
Exactly. You surprise him, and he'd be like, "Oh well, maybe I shouldn't say that."
For real, Tim Evans, if you're watching this, tell him what happened when I threatened to stab you, and you can do it again. And you just tell him about when I stabbed you. Just tell him. That's all. If you ever see him, tell him.
I remember years ago, Herm had lost some weight. Then he found it again.
Yeah.
And I
Hey,
seemed
Aldo.
Yeah, I did use the Andrew Dice Clay bit. Hey, Herm, looking good. What is it? Cake all morning, cookies all day? What, did you walk by an ice cream parlor?
Yes, I did. It was delicious, bitch.
But you know what? And to be fair, Herm has dropped a butt ton of LBs in the last year or two and looks better than I've ever seen him, which implies that he looked good at some point during his life. So, Jen's comment, Christmas isn't about the gifts. She says no. If she isn't being respected, she should remove them from her life. Thank God for Jen Sizer. That's all I'm going to say. Go Bucks. Don't forget, Saturday night, check in with me, everybody, after Georgia, Ohio State to make sure I'm still alive, because
It's true.
they are going to get their asses whooped.
It's not going to be pretty.
No, it isn't.
It could be bad. Very bad.
All right, so we seem to have, all three of us seem to think that this girl is the asshole, but Jen says no. I'd love to hear what anybody else has to say if you're brave enough to type something in.
I just think the character sounds a little, I don't know, soft.
Now look at me.
Okay, but wait a minute. Time out. Okay, we're going to go back to something you said earlier, Herm. You've been a bigger dude for about 99.65% of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's discounting the first 4 days of your life.
Right.
So, and you've taken some pretty harsh shit. At some point, you have to stick up for yourself, but it still doesn't sting any less. I mean, when I say it, you know I love you, and I'm not picking on you.
No, but at some point, you've also got to stop caring what other people think because you're letting somebody else rent space in your head for free.
There it is.
Yeah, you're giving them the opportunity.
Okay, so Jen comes up, and this one hits me right in my heart, right where I live. I hate that people think they can disrespect you because they're family. Jen, I couldn't agree with you more.
That's true, very true.
I kind of get that. In my family, that's kind of how we show love. We roast each other, and it's very, and we roast each other on some pretty horrible shit that if anybody else on the planet roasted you on, you'd fucking kill them. But we poke fun. Yeah. I mean, you're pretty much in that group. You know what I mean?
No. I want you to tell the story about Unfufu and how I became into the family circle for being able to bust balls the way I do.
Oh, Christ.
Picture it. It was about, I don't know, 30 years ago. And now that you've all seen, Herm's going to tell the story about
The
Unfufu.
Unfufu story. Oh, Christ.
I'll fill in the blanks where he forgets.
Yeah, just go with the story. I'm drawing a complete blank.
So the high school bus would come down the hill from where I live, turn up Norman Drive, and go to where Herm lives to pick up.
Oh, yeah,
group of
everybody in
kids.
the neighborhood. Yeah.
Now, about
There's
a block and a
many
half
bus
away,
stories.
oh my God, we can do an entire episode and Lynch would just laugh his face off if we told all the bus stories. The big Band-Aid, bus wrestling, everything. Anyway, so
The
about
Hey
a
You
block
Fat Fuck story.
Oh, Hey You Fat Fuck is still my favorite.
Merry Christmas.
About a block and a half down is where the junior high kids would congregate and wait for their bus, which never made any sense. Oh, no, it did, because we go first and then they go, and then
Right. And they were separate.
the fucking turd burglars go later. The bunch of crotch goblins. Anyway, so I had just moved into the neighborhood. I knew Herm a little bit. I knew most of the guys on the bus a lot because they were friends of mine, and I moved into their neighborhood. Hooray! So we're going around the corner, and there was just this. There was a girl, a very tall girl.
She was very fucking tall.
She eventually became a friend of mine in our 30s. That's how long it took. And she told everybody at the table when we were at Hailstorm about this story, and I wanted to crawl under my seat because I was like, yeah, that was me. I'm sorry. So I would drop the window, as one does, and I'd start making fun of her. And I had just seen Eddie Murphy Raw and talking about his big, burly African woman that was named Unfufu. So I'm yelling out the window, hey, Unfufu, where's your spear? White girl, keep this in mind. I wasn't being racist because I know I'm going to get accused of being racist. And I'm fucking with this girl every day, and I would get something back like, get real, or fuck you, or something or other. And it wasn't like Herm had heard this until like the fourth or fifth time. He sat down. We all had seats that we liked. I always had the little midget seat in the back, and then everybody filled in kind of around. We were the bus crew. And I said something, and I felt a hand on the collar of my jacket bring me back to my seat. And he goes, yo, don't fuck with her. I'm like, what? Dude, it's funny. You look at her. She's the ugliest woman I've ever seen. Yo, don't fuck with her. I'm like, dude, I see you do it all the time. He goes, that's my sister. Okay, well, I'm going to stop right now. No explanation needed.
No, we picked on a whole bus stop hard as we drove by. It was bad.
But after that happened, a couple weeks later, Mike and I were talking. We worked together at the McDonald's Lounge there in Gales Ferry. And we were shooting the shit one day. We were both working the same section. And I'm like, dude, I'm really sorry about that. He goes, no, I fuck with her too. This and that and the third. And you know what? It's okay if you fuck with her. I'm like, lights are on, gloves are off. Let's do this.
You're good.
So, and it became, and she understood it too. I was being mean at first because I was a teenager and I'm stupid. But once she understood Mike and I's relationship as friends, and then she's now a part of the joke, it was all good.
Yeah.
It was good.
And Jen said it, I'm all about busting balls until people find it no longer funny. There are certain things that I do that with, even still to this day at 50 years old. There are certain things you don't make fucking jokes about because it does. It has a little sting. And I don't think sometimes it's always a joke. Sometimes it's the worst jokes have the most truth behind them.
Well, and I was just going to say that, and it all depends on who's delivering it too.
Mm-hmm.
If it's somebody like if it were you and I together, just riffing, we know where that line is. We already know.
Oh yeah.
But if it's somebody that you don't interact with as often as we do, that's where you're like, oh, this is getting uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually hitting a nerve because what he's saying, what he's joking about is true. Just like you said, some of the best jokes are full of truth.
Yeah, but some of the worst ones are as well, and they're hidden under the guise of being a joke.
Yeah, and it stops being a joke when it starts being like more cruel.
Can you put up Jen's comment, her last comment, just for Lynch, please? Perfectly said, greasy hamster.
Yes. Thank you, Jen.
The Lynch fan club T-shirts will be made soon.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. Only 3 of them will be made. One for Lynch, one for Megan, and one for Jen, it seems like.
Apparently.
Okay, so are we all in agreement? This person needs to grow a thicker skin, and they are the asshole?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
I
Herm?
agree.
Yes. I'm here.
He's-
What's up? I'm sorry, I was doing shit. What's up?
Is she the asshole?
I still think she's kind of an asshole.
I'll give you kinda. I don't think she's fully the asshole. I think the brother should be taken out back and beaten about the head and neck with a pipe. But yeah, the way you handled it, you're the asshole.
Yeah.
All right. So Herm,
I'm just checking. For some reason, I had a song lose Q points today. I'm doing extra
take
shit.
the fucking gifts and buy a
Mid-show.
vibrator. So Jen is mixing this story with the PS4 story and just
Jen,
giving her a vibrator.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I think somebody needs to get Jen a vibrator. She's very, very interested.
Jen has a wonderful
She
husband.
said the word
and I
like 4
can't-
times.
Jen
Oh,
has
so
a
she's already
wonderful
got a
husband.
great vibrator. All right. Okay.
Wait,
I got it.
I don't even want to ask because always buy the vibrator. Anyway,
Always buy the vibrator. Is that what she said?
since he took column B, Herm, you're going to take column A. This is our last one of the evening.
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, please thank my daughter, Emma Burns, no relation,
No
for,
relation.
and that's the sound she makes, for giving us the idea to do this tonight, albeit it wasn't going to be. But because it's Christmas, you deserve to hear these ridiculous Christmas stories that didn't happen in your house and be thankful that it didn't happen in your house. Herm, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So this one comes 4 hours ago from X Lynn XO. So Lynn wants to send you a couple of kisses.
Ah.
It says Christmas, so you know she's not Canadian. Here we go. She says, okay, before I start, I feel like a bit of backstory is required here. So I suffer with bipolar disorder, and my husband is a recovering alcoholic. She used the word recovered. Alcoholics are never fully recovered.
True that.
Thank you.
Okay.
I said that on purpose, not only because
a
of
whack
Lynch.
job. All right. So a whack job and a drunk walk into a bar. Okay.
No, they walk into Christmas.
That's right. Okay.
Even better. We got together when we were at our complete lowest. I was going through my first manic episode, and he was in the depth of his addiction. We were a mess, but multiple rehab and psych ward visits. We are now 35, and he is 10 years sober, and I am stable, albeit through medication. Good job for you two.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So although we're both in a very good place in our lives, we do have a 0 alcohol policy in our home for obvious reasons.
All right.
My meds, under no circumstances, can mix with alcohol, and my husband obviously can't drink. So we prefer to keep it away from our home to prevent the risk of him relapsing.
Okay.
This being said, we obviously don't care if people around us drink or if we go to events with alcohol, as long as it's not in our home. Now, for Christmas, my parents usually host, but for the past 3 years, one of my siblings has hosted instead. There are 5 of us. This year, I was asked if we would host, and I was fully up for this. We have a beautiful home, and we can afford to cater to everyone. Now, I did say from the get-go that I don't mind hosting, but there cannot be any alcohol in my home, and if this was going to be a problem, then we should possibly do it someplace else so I don't risk anything.
Right. Get
This
an
may
event.
sound-
Get a venue or something. Or yeah. All right.
This may sound dramatic, but when you live with a recovering alcoholic, once again, she said recovered. Lady,
Yep.
you never fully recover. It's an ongoing thing, one day at a time.
Forever.
Exactly.
Amen.
When you live with a recovering addict, you have to be as cautious as possible. No one said anything, and I assumed everything was fine and that they were all okay with the no alcohol rule. So when Friday rolled up, my sister called me asking if it's okay if she brought a bottle of Prosecco for her
No.
and her husband, that she knows I'm strict about the no alcohol rule, but it would just be for her and her husband.
No.
I told her no, and we ended up getting into a huge fight. I told her that if she wanted alcohol, then we could host at her place, but under no circumstances was there going to be any alcoholic beverage brought under my roof. She said I was being dramatic. After speaking to my mom, she said it was too last minute to change the arrangements, and it was one day of alcohol really going to affect us much. I personally feel like my sister brought it up so last minute to try and force it and put me into a corner, but I just said that if they want alcohol, they are not coming to my home. Deal with it. So they ended up not coming for Christmas and held it at my sister's without inviting us. I, on the other hand, had a lovely, quiet Christmas with my husband, and now none of my siblings, parents, or grandparents will speak to us about the issue. I felt as though I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm starting to think that maybe I should have offered to pay to eat out or something so everyone could then have a drink. Also, before anyone asks, my husband was also against alcohol in the home and called my sister himself to explain why it was so important to us, and it was in mine and my husband's well-being to make this a top priority in this situation. Herm, is she the asshole?
No.
Why not?
No, it's your house. You can make any fucking rule you want to at your house. She told them early that, look, you can do whatever you want to, but we're not doing that here. You know, if they were just getting over a Coke problem, would it be all right if everybody else brought Coke and did Coke on the table, but just didn't offer it to you?
Yeah. Yeah, here's your big bag of temptation.
No, you dumb fuck.
Here.
Only you would invite Scarface to your fucking Christmas.
Yo, the parties I was at, bro.
I know,
Anyway.
I know.
Anyway. Come on. I mean, no. Johnny's recovering from meth. Don't worry. We're not going to give him no rocks. We're just going to smoke him while we're here. Come on, man. A rule's a rule. Your castle's your castle. You make any rule you want. If they want to try and pull that, it's easier to get forgiveness than it is permission. On this one, you're going to be asked out because I just won't let you in the motherfucking house.
That's funny coming from the guy who breaks every rule put in front of him and says it's easier to ask for permission, or no, easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Always. But you also know that I believe that a person's home is their castle. Mm-hmm. And you can make any fucking rule you want to in your castle because it's not my castle. And
amen. Before I go to Lynch, Jen had the best comment ever. She's lighting it up tonight. This is the MVP of the show. Sobriety is something that takes precedent over everything.
Well, I don't even know if I don't even find that a matter of sobriety, as it is related. That's a matter of I find that to be a complete matter of respect in general.
Okay,
this is the rule at my house, regardless of the reasons. This is the rule at my house.
Lynch, you were surrounded by a bunch of us drinking beer at Herm's Roaster. Did it bother you in the least?
No, not at all, because that's not my. I know going out that I can't control what anybody else does, but I can control what comes into my home.
Right, but by the same turn, we don't try to sneak shit into your house. We would drink a beer on the way over to the house. Right. We would drink a beer when we got on the way home from the house. But this is Lynch's house. So once we get out of the car,
threw down the edict, it was over.
Right.
Yeah,
once we get out of the car, none of that goes into the house. Nothing happens.
Full respect.
Here's what people.
It's his castle.
Here's something that people don't think. You have to think worst case scenario with an addict, whether it's alcohol or drugs.
Right, because all it takes is that fucker to sip.
If I allow you to bring liquor into my home, and you forget it, you didn't go through all of it, and it's
right now it's sitting around.
It got put away in the cabinet, and it's open. I could sneak some. Nobody would know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right
have to,
now,
you have to think.
now it's an enticement that
You have to think 10 miles ahead because, like Chris said, one day at a time. I live day by day.
right.
You know,
You've got to find all the alcohol at the end of the party and dump it all down the fucking sink and make sure it's all fucking gone because you are taking care of you.
Right, and having that in my house, I absolutely understand what this person is saying, and I don't think he is an asshole at all. And that goes for any little thing. Hey, would you mind taking your shoes off when you come in my house, or would you mind coming through the back door? Would you mind whatever it is?
Yeah, you do shit differently at your house.
The back door, huh?
He said back door.
I did. So you gotta respect the house rules. And
Understood.
I never, with as few people as we have come in my home lately, post COVID and all that other shit, people still trickling out to go out, and I've never had a problem thus far in almost a year. So.
Yep. Well, like Jen just said, your home should be someplace you shouldn't be faced with the demons that tried to kill you.
It's your safe space.
We've all heard it a million times in the past, and I'll simplify it: my house, my rules. And the same could be said of your kids. If I took, say, Herm's youngest, Brenton, and I decided to take him to Six Flags for a day, he's like, okay, listen, it's cool if you take him to Six Flags, but he can't have too much sugary shit because he'll come home and he'll bounce off the walls and this and that. It's about respect. My kid, my rules. And there are some people that will stick to that and be, okay, your kid, your rules. And there are others that are going to step over the line, and not step over the line. They're going to erase the line and just trudge forward because they're fucking sociopathic, narcissistic dicks.
Mm-hmm.
And just do what they want to do. So is this person the asshole? Absolutely not. It's your house. It's your rules. And if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out.
Well, that reminds me of a story about somebody's wedding where, no children. There's no.
We just did that. Emma loved that story.
Yeah.
The flashcards?
Yeah. If I'm asking you no children, there's a reason. I'm not just asking it to be an asshole. I'm asking for a reason. I'm spending a lot of money on this day. I want to remember it for the good memories and not holy shit, little
And
Johnny
I'm not
Rotten.
trying to share my Coke, all right?
Right.
So leave the kids at home.
Little Johnny Rottencrotch screaming in the corner because he wants something. No, I don't want that. And I fuck it. The only kids that were at my wedding were immediate family. My ring bearer, who was almost 2 at the time.
He was drunk by the end of the ceremony.
Yeah. He was drunk 5 minutes in.
I stole these rings.
Listen, for me and for her.
Oh, I gotta watch that movie you guys were talking about the other night.
Which one?
Who's the man?
Who's the man?
Oh yes. Oh,
never seen it. Never.
All
seen
right,
it.
so I'm gonna do this now. I think this will possibly boost some interest in the show. We're gonna vote for the MVP from the comment section tonight, and generally it's usually Amber or it's Sammy or it's Jordan. Tonight,
No,
I'm
it's
putting
Jen
my vote
tonight.
up.
Her she's got great interaction tonight. Yep.
Absolutely. Tonight, Jen
you win
is
the
the
prize.
MVP of the comment section.
The first award.
That's right. Congratulations.
That we've never given out.
But we will now. So every week we're going to give out an MVP of the comment section going forward. Look, she even gave herself a trophy.
That's funny.
And technically,
nice. Self-appropriation. Excellent.
In the most technical terms, even though the MVP is special to us, that is technically a participation trophy because you participated and you gave us some of the greatest comments tonight.
Bravo.
Yes.
Bravo.
Now let's see if you can do it again next week.
Yep.
Now, Lynch, you have your marching orders. Next week, we're going to review a movie from about 29, 30 years ago, give or take.
Okay.
Lynch is going to watch Dr. Dre and Ed Lover in the classic Who's the Man? And we're going to have Lynch give his review. Herm and I will try to shut up because we can quote that movie page and
Pretty
verse.
much verbatim.
And if you have not seen it, Lynch, you have a second marching order, and you can find it, I believe, on the Peacock, or as we call it here on the show,
The cock.
The cack. The cack.
Mo Money.
Mo Money's good. Mo Money's good.
Who's in that?
Mo Money's good.
Damon Wayans and the Reverend Pimp Daddy. That's all you need to know.
If you guys haven't watched it, there's a series on HBO Max called Southside.
I've not.
Watch it. It's beautiful. They make fun of it's black people making fun of their own people very badly. Like it's really bad. It's
And this is
really
why
bad.
this is why Jen is the MVP.
Like
Put that up.
You got
That's it
police
right there.
officers walking around talking about his life. It's the fucking it's the fucking show is hilarious. It's hilarious.
I'm currently embroiled in also on the cock. Who Killed Jenny Rivera? Because you know me, I like the big
one-
Latin women.
That's a good one.
I started that one 2 nights ago.
Finish it. We're gonna have reviews on reviews next week. Lynch is gonna bring you Who's the Man and Mo Money, which Herm and I will try to shut up when he reviews them. And maybe we'll talk about some Jenny Rivera since Lynch and I have already started it. Herm, now you have your marching orders. It's called Who Killed Jenny Rivera?
I've seen that one. I watched all the parts on that. It's pretty good.
That's a gorgeous woman.
It's pretty good.
Or was a gorgeous woman.
Yes.
I got a Latina thing. You guys know that. Ooh.
Ooh la la chingada.
Dude, there are still days I think about Selena, and she's been dead for 26 years. She shows up in my dreams. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
If you're dreaming about present day, Selena.
He's dreaming of her tonight.
That was her song?
Yes.
Yep. That was
all right.
one of her. That was like one of the biggest hits she had. That was it. On white radio.
And that was her
Listen to you. And
President
I thought Lynch was the racist.
Well, no. On Mexican
white
radio. Well, yeah.
Oh, now it's Mexican radio. Are you gonna die?
No.
Please don't die.
No. But on white radio around where we were, what we knew, we didn't have. Look, there wasn't a lot of Mexican stations. There wasn't a lot of alternative music, other than you had some hip hop and top 40. That's pretty much it. And it was really white around us. As a former
radio personality,
it was really white around us.
As a former radio personality, I have to point out that a lot of my playlist was Michael Jackson, Tony, Tony Braxton,
songs that the whites felt safe with. It was.
Does it matter?
No, I'm just saying it wasn't ethnic or urban.
Oh my God!
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
It was white.
Very white. Very
the whitest songs, tracks.
Very
off
white.
each album.
Very white.
All right, listen.
Like NWA wasn't on the radio, man.
No, of course not. You can't say fuck 35 times on the radio. Listen, Archie, David, I need you guys to dial it back just a little bit. You decide who's Archie and who's David.
I'm Archie.
And he's David. Oh, my God. If you guys have any shows you'd like to hear us talk about, any subject, doesn't matter, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com. Please utilize that. Use the Facebook page. Do not message me or Herm or Lynch directly. You will be taken out back and beaten with a stick. We will kill your hamster, and you will not go to Christmas dinner.
That's right.
Because you're a whiny little bitch who can't follow directions.
Fuck that hamster.
I cried more when Lynch's dickfish died than Lynch did.
Oh.
And by the way, this is working great. It's still as cold.
Very nice.
As when it came out.
Very nice.
But you see, I did this for 2 reasons from home tonight. One, because I think I have the Cambodian butt flu and I didn't want to get Lynch sick.
That sounds interesting.
And two, of course, the kid's in town. So what the fuck are you doing, Stevie Wonder?
I'm trying to figure out why the door is open.
You have ghosts and they don't want you to have a good time.
No, I think the dogs open the back door. That's all. These niggas think they can just go in and out whenever they want to.
Listen to you.
Fucking little bastards.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to see what Jen put up there. Oh, a little rat hamster. Nice. Is that Mrs. Herm?
It is.
Mrs. Herm!
Mrs. Herm.
It is. She's checking on the door.
Can she come on and show her face?
Not right now.
Not right now?
Not right now.
Not right now?
Not right now.
How about now?
No.
Stop.
Maybe now?
How about now?
Just play the drums. We're going to get out of here. Herm, take your pill. All right, you hear the
All
drums.
right, some drums.
We'll be back on Monday night. Sorry for the movement. I had to do a lot of driving yesterday. And you know what? You guys fight amongst yourselves. Who's taking us out? Herm or Lynch?
Lynch can take us out.
Next week, don't have a topic yet. Well, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
We just spoke on what the topics
We're
were.
reviewing movies. This
I know.
motherfucker.
I know. I'm trying to weasel my way out and watch.
Oh my goodness.
Well, anyway, next week I review Mo Money and what was the other one?
Who's the man?
Who's the man? We're going to talk about the Jennifer Rivera story.
I gotta finish that series.
Yeah,
YouTube,
all of that
whatever
shit.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll come up with some suggestions.
We're going to offend
of
some
other shit I've
people.
seen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love offending people.
All right.
Sometimes my mere presence offends people.
All right.
But
That's
Facebook,
awesome.
Twitter, however you follow us,
Ooh.
wherever you get our podcasts. This is Dysfunction Junction, and we'll see you next week.
Ooh, let's see if I can hit this.
Peace.
Close. What the fuck?
This is why we don't give Lynch edibles before the show.